This is the Best or Worst Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, Koji Stephen Sakai and M. Martin Mapoma.
Welcome. This is the Best or Worst Podcast. I am Martin.
And I'm Koji.
And this is episode number 71. We are moving right along, aren't we, Koji?
Yep.
This is great. Okay. Yes, it does. Our society is so focused on celebrity, we sometimes forget that regular people lead interesting lives too. Best or worst moment of your life? Hosts Koji Stephen Sakai and M. Martin Mapoma, that is me, are here to let your story out. We put people on the spot. What are you going to hear? It could be funny. It could be poignant. It could be sad. You'll know when we know. Best or Worst Podcast is a twice weekly podcast. On Tuesdays, we get to know our guests, and on Thursdays, we find out their best or worst moment. And that is today.
Yeah, today, Thursday. Right. So if you haven't already listened to the last episode 70, that was 2 days ago.
Which was amazing.
Which was great. We got to know Ron. We heard a lot of great stories from him about his time in the military.
I.
We found out how he became a broadcaster and journalist, and find out a lot of really wonderful things. But this episode, we want to ask him the most important question of our show, which is the best or worst moment. So, but before we get into Martin, I'm going to let you decide. But Ron, before we get into it, I just want to make a couple rules around the best or worst moments. And the only rule is we ask people not to choose things like when you met your wife or if you have children, because those are like easy moments. We're looking for something.
They're obviously good, but it's something that everybody would do, I guess.
Yeah. So choose something that's different than that. But otherwise, Martin, do you want to hear Ron's best moment?
Oh man, Ron's got such a great. You know what? I feel like I want to hear Ron's best moment. I need some cheer today. I just do.
Okay. Great.
And I feel like it's going to be a great one, especially if it involves the Philippines.
Ron, what is your best moment or day?
My best moment of the day was the day that I was born. I ain't conceded, I'm convinced. Yeah, I was born.
Why do you say that?
Well, all of a sudden, the whole revolution of life, how God gave us children and all this good stuff like that. We didn't know nothing. One day, all of a sudden, you're out in the wind. You're looking around, where's the food? Where's my food? And you're in the world. You're a human being on this earth, in the world, in the universe, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I had a chance to learn a lot when I was young. Okay. And it just got better and better and better. I've had good days. I've had some bad days, but the good days outweigh the bad.
So every day that you live, every birthday, do you celebrate it differently to remember that day you were born?
Yes, I do. In fact, I had a birthday November 2nd. I'll be 74. I'm still, as I like to say, my feet are still above ground. And until that day that God calls me, I'm going to have myself a whole bunch of fun meeting guys like you and just living the life that I can as long as I can.
That's cool. So are there any other moments though, like, experiences you've had in your life or just like, wow, like, whether it's, your first time on the ship or, going to an island you wanted to visit for the first time? Because it's the kind of experience that, if someone says, what was a great day for you? You can instantly go back to that day and it brings back a flood of memories, good or bad, but mainly good, like for the Philippines, for example, if I can say that.
Okay. Philippines is a lot of fun. Good food, good ladies, a lot of things. Nice place to be. I met a lot of people out there. In fact, I was supposed to be stationed there after I left Diego Garcia. And something came up that I couldn't. And I was really sorry because it's a big broadcasting facility there. And there's an Air Force base there. I forget the name of it. It no longer exists anymore. They had the volcano blew up everything, messed up everything. So,
jeez.
Clark Air Base. Clark Air Base is the name it used to be called.
Wow.
It's gone now.
That's great. So did you ever island jump there? Because there's so many islands.
Yeah, I went Manila. I wanted to see the big city of Manila, and then of course Clark. There was a few other places in and around that area. You got Subic Bay. You got a few other places there that were very nice. Like I said, the culture in the Philippine Islands is awesome. The food is good. The attitude is good. They have had problems over the years. The dictator that they got now, and a few others, but Marcos being one. But the country is nice. They got a lot of things going for them. Well, and by the way, here in Southern California, if anybody didn't tell you, you guys didn't know, the second largest population of Filipinos in the world are right here in Southern California.
Oh yeah,
I knew that. Yeah.
I think I met a few of them. I met a few of them, out in Carson, Eagle
Yep.
Rock, where I am, Glendale.
Yep.
Yeah, it's when when we got married, it opened my eyes up to a whole different world. It was pretty amazing.
Yes.
Well,
It was
one of
pretty
the things I really love about your answer about your birth or the day you were born is really interesting to me. What would you say? Why do you think that people don't appreciate that day enough? Is it because they don't remember it per se, or is it because other things get in the way? But
Other things get in the way,
yeah.
like the way that they're raised. We have a lot of spoiled people in this country, unfortunately, and
Yeah, we
they
do.
don't understand it. If we, when you look and see the pandemic that we've got, the problems that we've got with that, people would only understand. When you look at, say, North Korea, when they have had only about 300 people die in North Korea, they got a dictator over there. He don't play. Homie don't play. And when it came about, in his town, his country, he said, we will do whatever we have to do to get rid of it. And they did that. But here in this country, because we have people from the top to the bottom, they're not playing the right way, they're not doing this the right way. We got what? Almost 223,000 plus Americans dead.
Almost 230. I think it's over 230, 230,000.
Yes, over 230. Yes.
Yeah, that starts at the top. It's it's mind-boggling. So a little bit of background for you real quickly. I was born and raised in Zambia, Africa. I came here at 17, and my family in Africa right now does not understand why it's so hard to get there because of what's going on over here. Because over there they took care of it, and it's almost like a mild nuisance. They don't understand how bad it is over here. They just don't get it. And a lot of people around the world don't understand how we can be in this position when they have minimal resources, but yet they have still handled the pandemic much better than we have with unlimited resources here. And it's crazy.
So, well,
sorry, I don't want to go.
All I can say is November 3rd. That's all I can say.
Oh, I can't wait. This is I recently got my citizenship. I got my citizenship last year, and this is the first election that I'm voting in. I just voted today, and I got to tell you, it felt good.
Did you vote in the primaries?
Yeah. Well, no, but I'm talking about, this is the big one. This is the biggest one of our lifetime. Of the last. For me personally, I think over the last 60 years, because the next 4 years, this country could be burned into the ground, or it could be on the way to recovery. But it's changed forever. It's definitely changed forever. The landscape has totally changed. And I think you said that too, Koji.
What? The
landscape of the country has completely changed.
Yeah, I think the landscape. I mean, to me, the biggest issue has been before. At least people talked about America's ideals. And even though we weren't ever reaching it, we were always trying to reach it. And so people would say, we're trying to make America better. We want to be equal. We want everyone to be equal, even if it wasn't happening. But I could always say that it was always getting better. I mean, 2000s were better than 1990s. 1990s were better than 1980s, and go on down the line. Yeah. But now the thing that Trump has done that's really disheartening is he stopped even saying that. And because he stopped saying that, everyone who like him doesn't believe it, doesn't want to strive to be better. And that's what I loved about America, was that we were trying to, even all the shit that we went through with slavery and everything else, we were trying to be better. Yeah. And we never got there, but we were trying to. And I appreciated that trying. It's like a family member who has issues. You still love them, even if they're not perfect, but you want them to always get better and better and better. But I think that's the issue with this government right now, is that we've stopped even pretending that that's what we're trying to go for. To make America great again is just return to like the 1950s. And as far as I can tell, 1950s was terrible. I wasn't born then, but like in terms of like for anybody who wasn't male, Caucasian, straight, it wasn't.
That's not an original statement. It was given by Ronald Reagan. Used that a long time ago.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, Trump is not the first. I mean, my biggest worry anyway about Trump is that he's an idiot. And he can't get out of his own way. My bigger worry is about the next guy who's smart, who could actually have plans and what to do and figure out what to do, and not as not tweeting about stupid stuff, but really knows like how to get the government moving in their direction. But anyway, sorry, this is totally off topic. The topic is you, Ron. Well, I'm still super fascinated by this birthday. because it is
Yeah.
it's such an interesting answer. We've
I don't
never
break up, sorry.
we've done the 70 episodes and we've never gotten that answer before, and it kind of, I think it's throwing Martin and I off a little bit because we've never gotten that answer. Was there like a runner? I'd love to hear a runner up to that moment.
Yes. The second best wish that ever happened to me was I went in the United States Navy. Joined the Navy.
And how old were you?
At the time, I was 18 years old.
Okay. And did you always know you wanted to go to the Navy, or did you?
No, I never did. What it was is one of my instructors over there at Aviation High School. He was the chief petty officer in the Navy Reserve. And so one day he said to us, he said, a group of us, he said, I'm going to make a special tour out there at the base at Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn, Flatbush Avenue. He said, would anyone like to come? Well, in my lifetime, people always said, don't never volunteer. But every now and then, sometimes someone says, don't volunteer. I raise my hand. So he took a bunch of us out there to Floyd Bennett Field. It was in the middle of the wintertime. It was cold. The hawk was out there. Everything was cold. And they gave us a great tour of the base, and I thought that was nice. And then for lunch, they had the audacity to take us to the chow hall. And I walked in there, and they gave us all this food, and it was delicious. And I said, excuse me, do you guys eat like this every day? He said, yeah, 3 times a day. I said, where do I sign that, please? And that's why I joined the Navy.
Wow.
What do you think you would have been doing if you didn't join the Navy? What else would you?
Say again?
Oh, so if you didn't join the Navy, what would you be doing?
I don't know. I really don't know. As I look back, I have a twin brother, and he's also been in broadcast. Rudolph Brewington. He's been in broadcasting for many, many years. I went in the Navy. He went in the Marine Corps. And he went to Vietnam, came back, got hit with Agent Orange. He's not doing too well right now. But he went that way, and now, but he found his way. Years later, he got out of the Marine Corps, went to college, got his master's degree, and came in the Navy enlisted as an officer. He's a public affairs. He was a public affairs officer. He retired as a commander. So
Wow.
Some people, it takes them a little longer to get the good stuff, you know.
And what year did you join the Navy?
I joined the Navy in 1964. 28 November 1964 was my pay to date.
So that's right around the Vietnam War then, right?
Yeah, I was there for Vietnam. I just didn't go to Vietnam. My job was to actually train, like I said, train people to fly.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Was that sad to train the pilots?
Yes and no. It's a very expensive hobby to have. I like to fly whenever I can. Little small planes, Cessna 150s, 172s. But when you look at a T-28 or some of the other aircraft that we use, they were some big aircraft.
Yeah.
And especially when you got those big jets and double multi-prop engines, it's interesting. It's a very experience that I think a lot of people would like. You know, flying an airplane. Thank you, Mr. Bernoulli. He's the one who gave us the formula that starts out. The shape of the wing is how an airplane flies, and with the little lift, drag, and all that stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just an expensive hobby.
Yeah, very expensive. All right. Well, thank you, Ron, so much for your time. We really appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And just like we did last episode, we're asking people to text, email. Martin said smoke signals last time, but whatever it takes to let people know about the show, tell one person about the show, help us spread our wings a little bit more on the show. And there's 70 other episodes where you can listen to find out more about the people's best or worst moments and find out about people in general. But thank you again, Ron. Thank you, Martin.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. It's been a pleasure.
Same here.
Bye, everybody.
Awesome. Take care.